One of my favourite headsets is the Razer ManO'War. It had the most fun sound to listen to, and the best mic of all the headsets I've tried. The problem was the headband wasn't designed properly and broke within 6 weeks of normal use. The middle pad was held in by these little plastic bits, really knotting off. The good news is, the Razer Thresher Ultimate for PlayStation 4 has a lot of the same features, but a greatly improved headband. It's now metal with another comfort band underneath. The clamping force is fairly light, so if you look down, they will eventually fall off. That also means they're comfortable with hours of use, and should be fine with glasses on too. No creaking or cracking sounds yet either. With a weight of about 405 grams, they're a bit heavier than other wireless headsets, but they never felt too heavy to me. And to give you a quick tour, the rest of the framing is plastic, except this area, which is a metal mesh, and there's also blue plastic trim here. The ear cups rotate so you can rest them on your shoulders, and they tilt a little too. They're fairly comfortable and fit over my ears, but the diameter is only 5.5 centimeters and about 2 centimeters deep. One thing I wish they would stop using is this kind of material. As you can see on the ManO'War, even with limited use, these have started to peel, and after each use you get little black flakes on your ears. I think it's best to go with this sort of material. It might not look as good, but it will last longer, and at least it won't peel. On the base there's a volume control, and on the other side, it has an on button, USB charging, and mic volume. And if you want to mute either, you can just press the volume controls in. The mic is hidden and extends on a flexible arm that can hold its shape. This is my favourite mic design, and one of the better sounding options on a headset. Here's a quick test using the Thresher microphone. The volume is a bit low even at 100%, but it's decent enough. It seems to be filtering out noise too, which you can see here as I leave it recording. This is how the ManO'War sounds at 50% volume. This is one of the better mics for going loud, especially with synapse, and it filters out the background noise too. Now back to the mic on the Thresher. So they're very similar except for the volume. The Thresher could use a boost. I like that they're more natural sounding than the usual tinny headsets that we get, and they filter out so much noise. This is one of the best selling points for the headsets in my opinion. They say there's no latency, and while this test isn't super accurate, you do have to be on time to wrap. And you can see here, this is me wrapping using a mixer, and this is me using the Thresher, so that would suggest there is some delay somewhere, on the microphone, or the wireless, I'm not sure. It's not a deal breaker, just something I wanted to point out. As for the actual sound of the headphones, this is a Razer ManO'War without any extras in the software. And this is the Thresher. They both use 50mm drivers, which apparently are superior for 7.1 surround sound, but they're basically the same as each other. Any difference might be from the recording. It's not a professional sound, but it is an entertaining one. However, from experience with the ManO'War, these work best with a bass boost, because they have bass you can feel. It's a really fun listen. No software support will make it harder, but 7.1 surround mode can help. One thing I noticed is that there's a constant high-pitched tone. This was on the ManO'War too, but a bit different. On there you would just have to mute the mic, but with the Thresher, I don't know how to stop it. In the box there's also a transmitter, which has a power button on the front and a Dolby surround button on top. On the back there's a USB charging port, USB connection, a switch for PC and PS4, optical in and out. The design fits into the bottom of the headset stand that it comes with. The stand is just plastic with some rubberized surfaces, which should prevent it from scratching the transmitter. It's not super high quality or anything, but it works and is just a nice bonus. You also get a charging cable and a cable to connect the transmitter, both braided. They've also included an optical audio cable, which is about 1 meter long. You can use that to connect to the PS4, but you also have to plug the USB in. I'd prefer to just have one cable, so I use the optical for the soundbar instead. On the PS4 is where the surround sound really comes into play. The soundstage becomes big, and I felt I was more engaged in the games, especially games with some extra bass like Mortal Kombat and Wipeout Racing. The wireless has a 12-meter range, it just depends on how thick the walls are in your place, but it shouldn't be an issue while playing games. And apparently the battery life is up to 16 hours. I never gamed that long with them, and I charge them each night anyway. So far, haven't come close to running out of battery. To conclude, it's a special experience being used with the PlayStation 4 and even on computer. Combine that with the comfort, the much better build than the ManO'War, while maintaining the best parts of the ManO'War, and one of the best microphones on any headset at the moment, and this is a really good good choice for a gaming headset. Wireless headsets give you the freedom to sit where you like and even walk around, ideal for couch use. I knew the ManO'War was going to break, but this seems like it's much better quality, so hopefully it's the only headset you'll have to buy in the next few years. It won't be for everyone though, as these retail for $400 on M-Wave in Australia, and they're about $250 on Amazon at the time of this review. Still, these are the ultimates. You can also get the standard version for $150 on Amazon, and maybe around $250 Australian if you can find them. It's always hard to recommend products that a lot of people can't afford, but if you can, these seem worth the money to me. I do actually spend a few $100s on my wireless headphones, because it's something that I'm using all the time, so it needs to be good. This is actually a headset that I would consider buying myself. The only thing that I'd really like to see changed is maybe the size decreased. These are quite big. It would be nice to make the design more sleek, and it would have been better if it was supported in Synapse too. Maybe that will come in the future. Other than that, it's one of the best headsets I've used, and gets a recommendation from me. The only reason I stopped using the ManO'War was because it broke. Otherwise, that would have remained my favorite headset. As always though, it's personal preference. The ManO'War and Thresher are my kind of headsets. They have the features that I want. Big bass, really good microphone, comfortable, and of course wireless. You just need to decide what's right for you. Personally, for casual use and gaming, I will never use a wired headset. Anyway, hope that helps. Big thanks to Razer for sending these out for review, and if you'd like to help support the channel, I'll leave the usual links in the description. Subscribe, like and share this video, and I'll catch you in the next.